Hey folks, hope you're having a good day. Today we're continuing our hard mode playthrough of Ixion. Let's get started. I'm a little loopy tired today, so hopefully we don't crash the ship and explode. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we just got into the new sector. We are in chapter 1 of the plot now, and we have just blown up the moon. It is now time to check out these events and see what these guys want from us. Administrator, you may have noticed that the moon has broken apart. Crew are aware of this, and many rumors are spreading throughout the station. You'll have to make an official statement. We say Dolos has many enemies, it's our fault, or it was humanity's fate. I think we're going to say that it's our fault. Despite our robust safety measures, a system failure at the exact moment of the jump caused the engine to drag a part of the moon with it into self-similar space. This failure has cost humanity dearly. Our mission now is to rebuild.
The crew's trust in your leadership.
Get a trust penalty. That's better than a stability penalty, honestly. I'll take it. I think the other option was a stability penalty, but I could be mistaken about that. Administrator, the crew are asking a lot of questions about the state of Earth. Munchie behavioral algorithms predict a decrease in productivity of 22% if those questions go unanswered. As administrator of the Tycoon Station, you should find some answers quickly. You will commit to sending an expedition to Earth. Not a problem. Okay. So now... space travel, it's telling me about the wall jumps, that's fine. Now we're going to want to send the deuterium to Earth. And let's take a look at our resources here. So we're kind of low on food, considering that we're consuming 20 food units per 5 cycles here, and we're on the 3rd or 4th cycle. That means we have a whole bunch of people that are about to starve. So we're gonna try to get more insect farms online. I don't know. I think we need to find food. In order to do that, we need to send out science ships, though. I thought we had an extra science ship, but it doesn't look like we do. I'll try to build one. Hope we can avoid starvation. Maybe we want to... oh, this is already... oops. No, don't want to dismantle that. We're working on building that, so let's focus on that. We're going to demolish this to free up some alloy. That should be enough for us to build at least one more farm.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay, no signals have been received from Earth. The oceans seem to have evaporated and the surface temperature has risen significantly since the Tycoon was last in orbit. Atmospheric readings indicate the presence of strong dust storms and dangerously high levels of carbon dioxide, radiation, and microplastics. The blue planet will never again deserve its name. We'll start with Delos headquarters because that's the quickest return. Let's start sending out probes here. Need something that's going to give us food. So the most likely thing I think is a science objective. We're also quite low on alloy, I just realized. We gotta solve that as well. Gotta be near alloy source, right? There we go. This is going to be a little bit rough. We probably should have saved up some more resources before we left, at least in terms of food. I think we might want to dismantle some housing. We already have one house being dismantled here. These are producing 1 food per cycle, so maybe we're not in that dire straits. So this in 5 cycles, that's going to produce 15 food. So with the 4th farm, we'll actually be able to break even. That's not terrible. Theoretically. Well, this says 60%. I feel like it should be 75 based on the number of farms we have, but... I guess we'll...
completed its scan.
Okay, we've got iron to mine. Let's send out our... we don't have a mining ship? We don't have a mining ship yet. Well, now we will have a mining ship very shortly here. Be very careful here because we're completely out of LA. We are dismantling some buildings here. We have 13 people. I think we can afford to dismantle another one of these buildings. Decide which building it makes the most sense to dismantle. Probably doesn't really matter. We should be fine with that.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, we got some alloy. Converted oil rig, which Dolos used as its state-of-the-art headquarters, is gone. Only a few metal scraps remain, scattered across an expanse of dusty, cracked earth. There's no sign of survivors. Okay, before we investigate that, we're going to collect the science that we already have here. And then... I may regret that, actually. Okay, supposing that we had that science, what would we do with it? I think it would be some food research. We don't have any food research available to us right now. It could be a steel mill. You know, actually, we don't have a steel mill yet, so the ally doesn't do us any good. So we could actually cancel this, and we'll start the Vita Kalai, getting some alloy right away. I think these priorities are good, so alloy and food first. That should be enough to sustain us for a little while. I didn't make a decision about the science. Ultimately, I mean, I think we need to get all of these things here, particularly the steel mill. So I think let's collect that. So happy my mouse is fixed, by the way. I actually took it apart following some instructions on YouTube and messed around with the interior workings of the mouse. So it's kind of a fun project, and I learned something from it. And I posted... did I post pictures? I think I posted pictures, one or two pictures on my Discord. I'll have to post like a full step-by-step later at some point, because I did actually take pictures of every step. We need a science target here, I think. There it is. Let's see what that is. Okay, we're about to have another one of these online. You have some surplus food. I think at some point fairly soon I'd like to get another docking bay online, but we obviously can't do that right now because we have no alloy. Save the Pro was available? No. Thought I heard the sound. Getting the science for... Okay, we're at 52 science, so we should start spending it. I don't think we can upgrade the tech lab yet. No. We have to get all the basic stuff first, so I think... Steel mill might be the way to go. Yeah, I think it's a steel mill. So with that done, we will scour the globe in search of survivors. I know we have these two electronics components here. I'm basically just using this docking bay as electronic storage for now because we have no actual demand for these components. And we don't have any alloy to spare to build another storage. Oh, it's making the noise because the new science ship was built. Yeah, let's go check out the Oceanavi. Okay, we've got alloy. Nice. I'm leaving this off for a while because it'll be more efficient when the hull is lower. I want to activate that so when we power this on, it'll start repairing again. Let me just see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move the tech lab. That's unfortunate. Again, finding all the science targets first. Oh, it's gonna be turned on. I think, yeah. And we have enough alloy now, we can make another food farm. 100%. Okay, so with this one done, we'll be able to save up food. That's perfect.
The science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay, we've hit the Oceanavi. Our sensors have detected the Oceanavi. The ship is broken in two and is not transmitting any signals. The phrase, "whoever helps Delos is an enemy of humanity," has been daubed in large letters on the wreck of the Oceanavi. Mummified bodies have been attached to its hull. We'll gather the remaining resources that we can. There's probably a little bit of food on board, I'm guessing. Don't remember for certain. Think about building back a house here. I think what I want to do is get the other docking bay online as soon as possible. So in the interest of doing that, what I want to do here is build a second medical facility so we can demolish this one. And we got a healthy supply of alloy now. We still got 135 to bring on board. Not bad. We can afford to bring the whole thing and store it in here. It'll get used. Fast forward a little while we're waiting for some of these projects to be done.
Completed a task.
Okay, we found food. The ship was full of food. I hope the expiration date hasn't passed. Everything is ready for extraction. Cool. We don't technically need food right now, so we're gonna keep getting alloy, I think. Another probe available. It's flagging this. There's another target.
Power supply.
Oh, crap.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention. Power restored.
Okay, what is it? Administrator, the Tycoon has suffered an overload. During the conception of this mission, many plans for prototype buildings were stored in my memory. With knowledge gathered by our exploration teams, we can adapt them. Stanford's team lacked field data to make these plans viable, yet we can realize their full potential. Batteries will allow the Tycoon to function on an auxiliary circuit when the energy supply system fails. I've never found that to be the case. I don't think that feature of the game actually works.
Team has completed a task.
I think the batteries are really only good when we're moving the ship or jumping. Ooh, lots of plastic, lots more alloy, lots more data. After a long search, we found nothing but rubble. We've seen no signs of life, not even a corpse. The lunaclism seems to have caused a series of events that precipitated the collapse of thermo-industrial civilization. Earth has become a toxic and arid wasteland scoured by harsh winds, now more inhospitable than Mars. The only remnant of civilization we found was a fallen stele where the city of Washington once stood. That stele is in like a memorial thing, not steel as in the metal. Stuck in a crevasse, it has been sheltered from the wind. A prayer imploring divine forgiveness was engraved in gold on its surface. And we got almost 100 alloy, 149 plastic, and 45 research. So again, we're going to collect some science before we go and continue investigating here. Got another point of interest, which is Mars. We have people available on Mars that are just ready. They're just there, ready for us to collect. We don't even need to investigate to get that. That's interesting. We don't need people right now, but we will at some point. We do need another solar panel. For that, we need plastic. Our alloy is still quite low, actually. Well, no, we got plenty in the docking bay here. So let's have this guy prioritize plastic. Make sure this is turned off. That's good. I'd like to be able to turn on this farm, but we can't afford it in terms of power right now. Yeah, we can get this out of the way, and this will enable us to eventually get online a second docking bay once we have the power for it. Assuming it fits up here, which I think it should. Oops. Yeah, that'll fit barely. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and let's, in anticipation of doing that, we're gonna rework the road here. Now we just need to get enough plastic to build another solar panel. Let's see how much that takes, actually. Only 10, okay. And then we need the power to bring this online, which that costs 12. Really need that to be offline. There we go. Okay, solar panel construction's in progress. You can see where our hull balance is at. We're at +5 right now. Or we were until the solar panel construction started. That's fine. We'll let it get down to about 50%, I think. Okay, and we have filled up an alloy storage. That's good. Deuterium has retrieved all science from Earth. We'll do our last investigation, which is the location of my family's home. Because I am totally a character that exists in this world and not a robot, for sure. Okay, I think we got the plastic that we needed for now, so let's make that secondary again, and we'll bring in some more alloy. Actually, I think we can maybe use some food at this point. Along with, you know, more cargo ships. Since this guy's done with Earth, I think we'll return him and switch him out for a cargo ship. Although we do still have Venus and Mars to investigate. Hold on a minute. This guy's not doing anything. Slacker, get over to Venus. I've got the power! Keep an eye on our staff levels here. I think we're good. Yeah. And then the question is, do we have enough resources to build another docking bay? What was it? 60. It's pushing it a little bit, but it's going to enable us to start mining, so I think it's going to... Do we have the research done for that yet? Oh, we do. We completed the steel mill. We could start another research. I think polymer research is next. We don't have any particular deadline on the battery technology.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Venus. Probe data has revealed mining and industrial infrastructure below the surface of Venus. According to reports from the exploration team, the subterranean site consists of mining infrastructure and a large assembly line. Many embalmed bodies were found in the area. The line seems to have been originally used to fabricate solar sails. Tycoon engineers suggest that with minor repairs it could be restarted. Sure, we'll restart the assembly line. Seems like a good deal in the long run. Oh, we have to assign our one cargo ship, but we're about to get another docking bay online, so I think that's okay. Beautiful. Can also bring back the guy from Earth in one cycle, which I think we should do temporarily until our resources get kind of over the curve here. Right now we're kind of behind the survival curve and we're struggling to play catch up. Probe launch. We're looking at Mercury. Here we go. You do actually have the power and the people for this. Fantastic. This guy's actually going to take away 10 ally, which is good. We could shut this off. 1 and 2. I think we will shut it off for now. What's this?
Ship team has completed a task.
Summary of intelligence. A huge crevasse cuts through the ground where your home once stood. Gee, thanks. There's no trace of civilization. 121 alloy, 9 electronics components. Sweet. 45 research. Okay, and now we can bring the deuterium back to the Tycoon if we want to. Or we could explore the asteroid belt or Mars or wherever this place is. I think I want the cargo ship not right now. We'll bring this on again soon enough with the new cargo bay. Event available. The Great Thaw. To safeguard humanity, we must find survivors and increase the station's population. We do not have time to go through the classic reproductive cycle of your species. Didn't they tell us this already? Adding new members to the Tycoon's crew will have a positive impact on morale. So cryonic stasis, a practice pioneered by Dolos, was in growing use even before we left the solar system. There's a very high likelihood that cryonic pods containing survivors await discovery. Yeah, so that's our main objective. Or actually, apparently it's an optional objective. Did pretty well at feeding the crew, I'm happy about that. It's asking us to construct a mining ship. We'll see in a minute what that point of interest is. Let's check my calendar first. Okay, I do have a meeting in like 20 minutes. Let me actually see if this meeting is on, because sometimes this meeting gets moved. What we got here? Mission reports from the expedition to Earth are being discussed among the crew. Thought of having lost all loved ones left behind has destroyed morale for many of them. Symptoms of this trauma have now been collated under the medical designation Dead Earth Sickness. -1 stability permanent. Oh, neutral stability. Oh, that's harsh. Wow. Okay. I'm afraid of neutral stability. That's scary. Oh, our trust is down to 50% already. That's also pretty rough. Do we have the deuterium back on board yet? Not yet. This is there. Here he goes. Okay, so there's a cargo ship. Let's see what this cargo ship wants to do. He wants to gather alloy as a primary. This guy will make plastic the primary. Food will be secondary. People can come later. In fact, I'm going to turn this off in case we discover any live people. I think we will at this point in the game. So I'm going, now we can start working on a mining ship. We can bring back this science vessel immediately, we just move it to the other docking bay. Check out this handy dandy debris field. And then what kind of ship do I want to put in the last slot here? It's going to be either another miner or another cargo ship. I don't have access to many resources yet, so a miner might make more sense. But the miner is going to get a head start because the cargo ships haven't started picking up alloy yet, so I don't know. We'll see. Oh, we have more science on Earth, by the way. Pick that up. I'll wait until the Bocalt gets back from Venus for that, I guess. We don't have an immediate need for the science, although we're going to need it soonish. Oh, so many science points here. How many resources do we have in this thing? 372. It's a good place for us to start as any.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
We got a space specialization rank 1 in this sector. Not bad. Debris fields. Transmission from Shannon McDonough, probe data analyst. We verified the data several times and can confirm the existence of a vast debris field covering an area of several thousand kilometers. At the center of the field is a colossal artificial structure which, even in its ruined state, makes the Tycoon look like an insect. No signals have been detected. We've identified 3 areas for investigation. The core of the structure, a secondary structure that looks to be the remains of a destroyed loading dock, and a particularly dense area of the debris field close to the other 2 sites. We recommend the utmost caution be taken when approaching these areas. The floating debris will make navigation difficult and interfere with communications. The deuterium is holding station at the edge of the debris field. A route has been mapped through to areas identified for investigation. I think it makes the most sense and is probably the safest to check out the debris field first. I don't know if it actually matters, which we do, but that just makes the most sense to me. You want to check out all the stuff that's floating around the ship that might run into your science vessel before you go in and try to go inside the ship, right? So we could think about another solar panel. I don't think we need it just yet. Okay, what ship do I want here? Tempted to make another science vessel, actually. Because we got one that's in the debris field over here for 5 days. We've got this is a Venus for 2 cycles. And we've got at least 3 more science targets, so yeah, I think it makes sense. Our resources are kind of treading water right now. Like, we're gaining a little bit of alloy, but other than that, we're pretty much just in a stable state. We probably want to start repairing the hull sooner rather than later. As soon as this is done with the research, I think I might dismantle it and move it over. Viewpoint of interest, Mercury. Look at the stability issue solved. That's bugging me. Okay, let's get some iron mining going on. Let's send a probe to find more iron for when that mining is done. Carbon could also be good. That'll do. Favor the stuff that's nearby. Trying to decide if it's worth it to move the ship at all. Probably not at this point. I think it's going to cost us a bunch of alloy. Polymer refinery has been unlocked. Okay, so we have the capacity to manufacture steel, theoretically, and polymer. We need power. We can afford this, sure. Both of these ships working? I think they are, yeah. I think they're both getting alloy right now, probably. Let's have this guy deprioritize alloy and go get some food.
The probe has completed its scan.
I'm a little bit worried about our food supply, even though we're...
Science ship
well,
team
not that
has
worried.
completed a task.
Okay, we got the resource... Venus. Assembly line has been repaired. The machines belong to the UN and are clearly more advanced than our systems. They are fully automated, and our team has been able to use them to prepare a number of resources for extraction. Morbihan is the name of this base, by the way. During the repair process, an engineer discovered a number of inscriptions written by Uli. I don't know how to pronounce that. He speaks of his time as administrator of Neptune's Hyperlux station, Thiaki, and expresses regret over the fate of the station's residents. He used the line to repair elements of his ship so that he could reach the headquarters of the Black Market Society. 25 people and 30 research. We can sit here for a minute and collect the research. So we're just waiting for our 3rd science ship to come online. I think this is number 3. Okay, we're working on the solar panel build out still. Silicon's gonna be interesting soon. Oh, there's another science point though. Before we use up all of our plastic, we gotta remember to find some carbon somewhere. I don't think it's gonna be a big issue. I think we pretty much got all of Earth's resources, but apparently that's not true. We have space, we have people. Let's go ahead and get another alloy storage online. Copernicus, you're going to go to Earth and finish collecting science. And then we'll probably send you the asteroid belt from there. Or Mercury. Mercury is just science, there's no objectives there. Okay. Research, we need stability. We also need an iron storage here. Pretty soon we're going to be bringing iron on. In fact, we could probably start doing that as soon as this plastic is done. And let's see if we can afford to build a steel mill right now. 50, 2 electronics components, 30 people. We have 30 people, but just barely. I think actually I'm going to make this electronic storage first, and then we're going to build the steel mill. Actually, if I were smart, what I would do is build the electronics factory first. Let's, I'm gonna pause this. Let's build the electronics factory first. We'll be okay on neutral for a little while. And then we need a silicon storage, right? We also need to find silicon. I think there was some. There we go. Curium's almost done in the first phase of the debris field. The wrecks of shuttles float everywhere. Most belong to the UN. There are some bearing the acronym BMS, Black Market Society. Despite the many hazards and potential psychological impacts from the presence of human corpses, the Deuterium's team was able to locate some salvageable resources. This is a warning. 33 alloy, 25, and 10. Let's check out the former loading dock next. We'll get the science here first, what little of it there is. I think we have enough science for now, so we're going to bring back Copernicus and free up another mining slot. And all science from the debris field. Check out the loading dock first. I'm going to start on the... No, we're starting the electronics first, right? We'll stick to that. We do need a storage for silicon. And I think we're going to want to start bringing more people soonish.
A probe has completed its scan.
Silicon. Actually, we don't... we can maybe get away without this storage. It's fine, we'll use it sooner or later. It'll just be an extra unused mystery storage for now. Okay, we got silicon, good. Copernicus, way. Replaced by mining ship. There we go. Do we have any more silicon around? Probably not. Let's get some plastic, I think. I get both the iron and the plastic. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, I got a little bit of iron there. That's good. I did not create an iron storage. Hold on. I started this guy mining iron, but I didn't set up a storage for iron. So I guess this is going to be our iron storage. I probably... Let's switch gears and have this guy mine silicon. Still bringing alloy on board. That's going to start to become a problem. No, we've got all the alloy on Earth. That's good. Look at my alloy coming from the debris fields. I think whatever bottleneck we have is going to clear up once this research is done. At that point, we'll be able to build the electronics factory. And so it's going to be electronics factory, steel mill, then the stability thing, and then polymer. That's going to be our build order. At some point, I'll have to shut one of these farms off, temporarily at least, to stabilize our food supply so we don't fill up. Okay, we got our second miner online. Let's set him to be primary iron, secondary silicon. Actually, yeah. Secondary carbon, tertiary silicon, because we already have a guy doing silicon. I'm not going to care about ice for a long time, I think. Or hydrogen.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Make sure all the science ships... looks like the folk hall isn't doing anything. We could set it to Mercury. Okay, frozen human remains constitute the majority of the debris that surrounds the loading dock. Evidence suggests that the area experienced depressurization after a structural breach. The dock itself has been looted and partially dismantled. Several cairns have been left behind, arranged in helical shapes and erected using makeshift materials. The team did find a few resources, and these have been prepared for extraction. By few resources, it means one electronics component. We go ahead and start the next phase. There's only 10 research there. Oh, the electronics component is done. Don't really want to open this new sector yet if we can avoid it. I think what we want to do instead is get rid of this farm. Relocate that if we need. We can maybe put it up here. Problem is we don't have much. I'm gonna put that there just so we can get some alloy used up.
Your attention.
That's gonna be a mistake. Administrator Sector 1 has almost reached its maximum structural load. With more infrastructure surely needed soon, a new sector will need to be unlocked. Originally, sectors were programmed to automatically unlock after completion of the mission to Proxima Centauri. With a change of the Tycoon's mission objective, this restriction could be bypassed by manually overriding gateway lock algorithms. We don't have the resources for that right now. We will soon, but not yet. First, we gotta get our basic factories online. I think is the way to go, because we're limited on electronics components. I think we need another alloy storage temporarily. We'll shut this off. So want this to be cleared, so we can build the electronics component across here. This whole sector layout is a mess, by the way. We're gonna clean it up later. Everything here is temporary right now. Alright, I'm gonna let things run for just a minute. I'm gonna see if I have my... Oh, my 1:30 was cancelled. Okay, we're good for a bit. Got another half hour-ish. Okay. Factories. Electronics. I'm thinking I'm gonna build this. I'll wait for that to build because I've already got some homelessness here. But that's probably fine. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so we'll delete that. I'm gonna put an electronics factory across here and we'll put a steel mill down there. And that'll be good for the first sector, kind of filling that out. And then when we start to accumulate resources and bring on more people, then we'll open the second sector, move all the factory stuff to the second sector, and then rearrange everything. Okay, here comes our initial electronics factory. We have the power, we do. We have the people. Yes, we do, barely. Okay, we got all the science from Mercury, I think that was, yep. Send this guy to Mars. That was a Foucault. Copernicus is involved in something? He's on the Tycoon, okay. Guess he doesn't have a docking bay assigned currently, and the deuterium's over in the debris field, that's fine. Alright, we're doing alright, guys. We have a mining ship assigned to pick this up. Or a cargo ship, rather. Oh, I'm gonna turn this back on. Let's, I wonder what happens if we shut this off. Does the mining ship stop operating? Or they just can't get repairs, probably. So we won't be able to operate the electronics factory and the steel mill at the same time, which means that our next research after the stability upgrade, which we should have started, or continued rather. Here we go.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Foucault has arrived at Mars. An old, disused complex named Richter's facility has been located on the surface of Mars. I bet this is a reference to something, but I don't know what it is. Derelict UN-owned facility is covered almost entirely by Martian sand. Existing Dolos clearance codes can be used to interact with the complex's systems. Caution is advised as the weight of the sand may exceed the structure's load-bearing capacity. I'll access the complex. Can we find more silicon anywhere? Oh, that looks like silicon. Where was it? Here, silicon. There it is.
science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, first visuals reveal a huge damaged structure surrounded by arches that have detached from the central axis. This is the debris field. These arches show extreme signs of deterioration. The structure is covered in traces of explosive residue, collision impacts, and scarring from unknown weaponry. After exploring the few areas of the structure that remain accessible, the team of the Deuterium spotted a number of salvageable resources near a ruined assembly area. Further analysis is possible, but will take time. Okay, wait until I get the science first. I don't have a silicon storage yet. Let's try to get that online. I think we have enough capacity between these other two storages. We'll see. Yeah, the math's working out. And we could afford to build another solar panel, which I think we should do.
A science ship team has completed a task.
We're going to start this. Codes briefly reactivated the base's defense systems due to the facility's state. They fortunately overloaded and are now offline. The team of the Focalt did not suffer any losses. That's fortunate. Indeed. Okay, we've got storage area, scientific study center, full sweep of the facility, prepare the site for resource extraction. Says the weight of the sand may exceed the structure's load bearing capacity, so full sweep is likely to be dangerous, I think. Let's get the study center first. We're done with that, so we can do this through an assembly area. Okay, so what we can do, but we don't have to use it right away, is build the steel mill. We'll turn this off because it's going to overload our human resources here. And then we need a cryopod next, I think, after we finish the stability research. I'm going to start unpacking people. Lots more iron in this area, that's good. I think I'm collecting a little bit of iron. The thing is, we don't necessarily need it yet. I think we actually need people.
Science ship team has completed a task. A probe has completed its scan.
Alright, in Richter's facility, we managed to locate and extract a number of encrypted data files from the center's digital archive. During the final stages of extraction, our perimeter team discovered a wall on the verge of collapse. They warned us before it gave way and sand flooded the area. No one was seriously injured. It's fortunate. Probably means we need to dismantle the facility. Yeah, we got silicon production going. Nice. This research is done. Let's get the Ionic Center. And we can try to build a memorial. This will be a Lunicalism memorial. There we go. We need electronics components after all. Silver can go pick some up. Got all science from Mars. Did we finish investigating Mars? I guess that was it for Mars. I guess it ended the thing for us. That's fine. Whatever. We'll send the folk cults to the asteroid belt, I guess. I know it didn't let us take apart the rest of the base, or what was left of it from the sand. Their science point. I wonder if that's the black market station. Doesn't require any power or people, so we're good there.
A probe has completed its scan.
So the next thing, we gotta build a cryopod and then the steel mill. We could shut off the EVA airlock if we need to. We start to run low on resources for building. You know, if we run out of alloy, we can also obviously demolish one of the alloy stockpiles. This is off, right? Yeah, okay. Wanted to make sure. We can actually do this if nobody gets injured. That'll free up a little bit of people temporarily. I don't want that icon there. That's bad. Okay. Probes. More steel, sure. I think we're fine on electronics components since we checked out the science lab, found all the components there.
Science ship team has completed a task.
After examination, the deuterium's team concluded that the site of the debris field was evacuated prior to its destruction. Finding uniforms and equipment bearing the insignia of different organizations, it appears this facility was property of the UN. Strangely, a number of embalmed bodies were found in a secluded area. The team was unable to determine the cause or outcome of the conflict, but have managed to recover further resources. These have been packaged for extraction. Alright, so we just gotta collect all the science from here. There's no science. Okay. So the deuterium can go to whatever this is once it's discovered. I guess we'll send it to Jupiter to get it started. If we do that, it'll probably crash into Jupiter or something, who knows. I don't think that can happen, but it's safe. Jupiter is big and scary.
A probe has completed its scan.
I think that was a resource probe up here somewhere.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Asteroid belts. We've detected a signal broadcasting on a Dolos frequency. It originates from a mineral extraction station named the Stanford Facility. We theorize that the Stanford facility will contain many materials useful to the Tycoon and its crew. However, in order to recover them, we will need to dismantle elements of the structure to gain entrance. Control Center has been identified, but it is sealed off by a shutter with the UN emblem stenciled over it. A message has been written beneath the emblem in an unknown language. We have no idea what it says, but it's accompanied by a helical-shaped symbol. We can force entry into the Control Center, or we can dismantle part of this facility. I think finding out about the Control Center is more useful. We'll try that. Hopefully the explosives aren't too deadly or dangerous. Okay, the deuterium will head to Uranus. Oh, we got a people now, so we need our people storage. We can place that better. Try to find some more carbon. Oh, I saw some for a second there. There we go. Carbon and silicon. Maybe we need carbon more right now, probably. A little bit of iron in the mix. We need to start gathering iron. There's enough people for now. Turn these off until we get the personnel situation sorted out. Thinking we're going to switch this off. Yeah, there's not enough silicon left to run this. We might as well turn that off. This will be a people storage. And then I think we may need to invest some time operating this steel mill before we can do the people storage, because we're running a little low on alloy at this point. Or do we have other alloy we can pick up here? No. No, no. Doesn't look like it. Yes, we gotta actually do our own steel production now. Think about shutting down the probe launcher for a little while. I think we got some pretty good resource availability.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay, our instruments were on Uranus. Our instruments have recorded abnormal thermal activity on Uranus. At this distance, we are unable to deduce its nature or source. Control, are you receiving us? We found a tree. Seems impossible in such an environment. I've never seen anything like it. It's breathtaking. Tree sheds its leaves quite rapidly, but they reform almost instantly, crystallizing from the branches. The root structure appears to sink deep into the planet. I hope you're receiving our images, as this feels like a fever dream. Yeah, I can imagine. We will definitely analyze this before we cut it down or do anything to it. Let's go the iron.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Asteroid belt, they call it a mine. Bodies of former Dolos employees were found within the control center. After examining their identification tags, Paco Vidal is certain they had found a possible relative. They request that the bodies be brought back to the Tycoon and that the center's personnel manifest be analyzed to find out if there are any links between the deceased and the Tycoon's crew. Preliminary psychoanalytical profiling suggests that Paco Vidal is exhibiting behavior characteristic of dead Earth sickness. Yeah, it's we don't want to spread dead Earth sickness. Disobeying directives, Paco Vidal decided to stay at the command center. Other crew members tried to reason with him, but to no avail. Foucault's team state that they respected the decision, and Paco Vidal has been left on the facility. Sorry, Paco. It's not the right decision, buddy. I think that must be the black market facility down here, maybe?
A probe has completed its scan.
Should be able to bring this online now, I think. We have no iron currently. There it comes. Let's get some iron going here. Coming transmission.
Administrator, we are picking up a Dolos emergency frequency broadcasting from the facility Outer Hope.
That's the black market station.
Protocol dictates that in the event of a major systems failure, administrators must contact the nearest Dolos site immediately. Outer Hope Station is likely to have both the materials and expertise required to repair the damage that the Vol engine has sustained.
I need to low station with a probe. I think we're on our way there already. Are we done with the asteroid belt? I guess we are. Send this guy back to the Tycoon. Yeah, we can start operating the alloy.
Team has completed a task.
I'm just like, we don't have enough alloy to start up Sector 2 anymore. I think we might actually have to get rid of the tech lab and start up another steel facility. Alloy facility, rather. What can we spend our tech on before we do that? I think the battery might be the last thing we need for right now. Oh, we're on extra hours. Let's solve that. I'm gonna empty the storage. And then we're gonna dismantle it. That should fix the extra hours, very good. On the way back, deuterium is just got to Uranus. After analysis of various samples, the tree appears to be almost entirely edible. Its roots, leaves, and fruit can all be eaten. RNA sampling suggests that the tree is the result of extensive bioengineering experimentation. It is unknown how it was germinated here or who is responsible for this feat. Harvest edible elements of the tree. Alloy per cycle. We should be able to slowly get caught up with this, I think. But we still only have one sector open. I think I'm going to move this facility here, because look, if we also still don't have a polymer refinery, I just realized. We want to put this here. That's going to be directly in the way. What do we need? Maybe more. Still have undiscovered science points? Wow, holy crap. Coming out of the woodwork, these. Oh, there's a mission objective. Wonder if that's on our hope then? I don't know. Find out what this is in a minute. I guess that. Still an extra hours even with this turned off. We can turn off the silicon storage because we're not bringing in any silicon right now. This guy is bringing in silicon actually, but we need iron more. Actually, we're quite low on iron. Let's move on that. Also, I guess shut off the workshop, technically. We need to get the cryo thing built so we can get more people, not have to shut things off all the time. We don't have enough alloy for this, so we gotta live on the one alloy thing for a while. Or we could demolish something. What would it be? Housing units? Can't demolish any more farms. Not that we want our food production to be stable anyway. When we demolish this, we'll actually get a ton of alloy. We'll bring it back soonish. We could also turn off one of our docking bays. We also need people storage. I just realized. Another point of interest, what do we got here? Saturn and Neptune. Alright, fuck out, I guess you're going out again. I'm gonna wrap up the stream real soon here. I think I want to get rid of this.
A science ship team has completed a task.
I think this will be alright. So we get rid of this. I think that'll give us enough to get this online and working. We'll need another storage. Don't know where to put the silicon. Actually, let's do this. Shut this off just for a second and turn this on so that the silicon gets sent there. Then this can be used for something else. Oh no. Stop unloading the silicon. Don't do it. Okay, there we go. Turn that off. That'll do it. Okay, now this can be people storage. As soon as that silicon is gone. And we can resume this construction. Turn that off. We're okay on alloy production. The other thing we could do is put a polymer factory here. wouldn't be the worst thing, but I'd really rather have an extra... Oh, shoot. All right. I gotta wrap up the stream. I want to say thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to follow if you're watching on Twitch, or subscribe. It's free if you're watching on YouTube. Have a good afternoon, and I'll see you next time. Take care, folks.